So you guys dance around like a couple of drunken Smurfs. Yep, you keep the gravy train chugging along. The studio is dismissive of your efforts, but you fucking showed up to put in some work, so time goes by and stuff. You don't feel any better about life, but you fucking worked a bit. So after about a week of shooting a season's worth of episodes, long days, horrible days. The cast is also talking about how um, some lady was getting kidnapped, and um, uh, James Fulton broke through a set of some other show that was being filmed, and then she managed to escape her attackers or something. They're kind of confused on exactly what happened, but that's one of the current talking points, and it's because any stories being retold that get bigger over time. It was now a contingency of aliens that were attempting to abduct her for the old probe, and despite having been taken up in her spaceship, she managed to escape, plummeted to Earth, survived somehow, and escaped them, and now is in Nevada selling tinfoil hats to tourists, is the current story.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. She apparently lives a full life. Um,
Uh, oh, while we're in this world, we can
uh-huh.
try to do the TiVo thing again.
Right, no problem. Let's see. You blow more of your money that you were wanting for something else on the.
No, 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 no.
No?
We've got the stuff down there.
Let's see. Scott, since you brought up TiVo, give me a luck roll. Lower is better.
Ooh.
It's all still there. You try to put it in. Go ahead and give me. You can try 2 electronic rolls to actually make this happen. If you fail them, then you've got an extra TV. So good for you. You thought ahead.
I'll support Dana.
All right, go ahead, Dana. Wait for
Let
his support, and
me
then
just check my cards to
is
make
that fumble,
sure.
Scott?
Yep.
Cool. No, you got a 50 or better in it.
That's a fumble.
Nice. He puts Dana at negative 10% because he's a dick. He shows him like in the background sparking with the wires and shit, and it's sending.
I played the assistant 5% and give you
You're only
5%
down
back.
by 5 now. Good for you.
I'm like only -5.
Yay!
Well, I'm gonna put my skill plus 10, which doesn't do much.
It gives you you're back up to
There.
+5. Yay!
I'm +5.
Go team.
Thanks, Glenn. I'm glad that you're learning so much about technology.
Mm-hmm. You got to really yank the wires.
Very helpful to me. Here I go. And that probably wasn't
Of
quick
course, the
enough.
cord's made to be yanked out of the wall from across the room. You don't have to get up for that shit.
No, that was not enough.
All right, no problem. You managed to destroy your TiVo stuff that was down here in the thing. So next time you come through, you'll have to get more. Fortunately, you had.
We had 2 TiVo sets, right?
I figured I was just going to be merciful and say that you destroyed them both rather than draw out the pain. Do you want to try again? Would you like extra pain? You're probably going to end up fucking up this guy's TV because he's already managed to have one of them broken. So you're down to just his TV, and if you mess that one up, he'll go berserk.
Well, no, we brought in
We've been doing
2
it on
extra
the.
TVs and broke
okay.
one of them. We had the other one set up, and he was watching them both.
Yeah, now you can't use either of them.
He's gotten used to it.
Oh, yeah. He wants to see Joey on 2 different things as he lays in the hospital bed and talks about the big game. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so as I was saying, you managed to destroy your shit and then wander off. So, yeah, good for you.
What do you say, Glenn?
I don't know. Probably don't need a favor that bad.
You're not even sure what he can do for you. He's some fucking weird water spirit that sits in the well watching soap operas. Now, if you needed to be caught up quickly on a couple of seasons of The Guiding Light or some bullshit, you could probably do that. Otherwise, you're not really too sure how useful he is.
Maybe he could give me acting lessons.
Nothing better than training with some watery spirit in acting and stuff through soap operas, and then you'll be the overly dramatic. You'll be the William Shatner for women, just freakishly overacting everything. It'll be awesome.
I was meant for the stage. They got to see me up in the balcony.
There you go. So after destroying some shit, what do you guys do? Go up, destroy a few things, wander off.
Been carrying around this $2 off bowling card for the whole game. Let's go bowling.
Let's go bowling.
Seriously, you're going bowling. Great. both of you give me bowling rolls as you sit there fucking bowling. Yeah. Bowling skill, please.
That's it. Learn.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yep. Failed.
Yeah.
Do not do it well.
Yeah. Gutter ball.
You guys bowl like the usual drunken white trash people. It's awesome.
Okay. I'll scratch that off.
Ball goes into their lane and shit.
I look around. Is there anything cool in this bowling alley?
Wow, give me a spot hidden roll. Which zone did you pick up, or which zone was that in there, Scott? The bowling.
It would have been from Red Carpet when the very first time we played. That was on my character.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cool.
We're in that zone now.
Dana Maker's spot hidden roll.
No,
Perfect.
I didn't.
You guys bowl like a couple of drunken rednecks, and you're ready to rock on.
I also spot. And I make it.
Aside from the employees only door and stuff like that, which all these places have, not a lot going on. It's a bowling fucking alley. There's the guy who's trying to pick up somebody who's clearly too young for him. There's a couple of women with the big hair who are on the husky side fighting over God knows what. There's the two guys that are so drunk that they think rolling their ball into other people's lanes is fun. The usual shenanigans. The kid who's trying to bowl and doesn't know to release the ball and is going, getting
dragged
like
down.
The last time we went bowling.
Pretty much, yeah.
Not all of those things happen. And there was laser tag.
Laser tag is better. So, what do you guys want to do after using up your valuable coupon?
Back to the Shadow Academy.
Yes.
Right. Cut to. Oh, well, tell me how you get there. This should be fun.
Right. We get a taxi to Clem's.
Okay. Keep track of how much money from this realm you have on you and stuff.
How much does the taxi cost?
$50.
Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you're in fucking the equivalent of LA. So, yeah.
Down to 5,916.
That's rough. Okay. And then you're in Clem's. Clem's sends you over to San Angeles. Then you're in Gothic post-apocalyptic San Angeles. You head over to the Hilton, dressed up nice.
Yeah,
That's
dressed
where you
to get
brought
into the Hilton.
No problem. You walk in. They notice you going by, but you guys dress nice, so they don't say shit. You go over to the smoking room. The clothes that used to be hanging there, gone. And you go over behind the screen and the wall doesn't. There's no gate. Where the fuck is the gate?
What?
It was here. Now it's not.
Remember, it only opened at night.
Yeah. If this was a timing issue, this is a pretty good place to wait.
Cut to cigars and brandy and shit. You guys are like, oh, we smell bad and we're drunk. Good for us. Night is here. No gate. Oh, what the fuck? Further in the night, really drunk, really stinky. No gate. Ah, sleep in the chair now. Still no gate.
Okay. Guess we're not going there.
Hungover, smelly, stubs of cigars everywhere, some of the alcohol missing. No gate.
Huh.
A room here is 40 silvers per night.
We have 0 silvers.
The room costs more.
Okay.
No gate. No.
No gate, Dana.
Dana, who's a teetotaler, has been like breathing through her ninja mask that's in her huge handbag.
Those ninja masks come in handy for so many things.
She's been doing crunches this entire time.
Oh my god, she must have like cheese grater abs or some shit.
Switching it up with like push-ups every once in a while.
No problem. Watching Glenn destroy himself, it's perfect. But yeah, it's confusing and irritating. And why is the world doing things when you're not doing things to it? That's not right. The world is always supposed to respond to your whims. It's not supposed to act independent of them.
It seems somebody fucked up. Is it morning yet?
Oh yeah. You've had quite a saucy night. You wish you could afford a room. You wish you had money. You wish you had lots of things.
Back to Clem's.
Right. Where are you going back to? Says Clem after you go through the ritual.
Can you take us to the Shadow Academy?
I'm sorry, I don't understand, he says.
Crap.
I'm sorry, I don't understand, he says. Where are you going back to? I'm sorry, I don't understand, he says after you sigh deeply. Apparently, that may be the name of a place. Oh, God, you think? The look on Scott's face is special.
All my plans are ruined. I'm going to try to find work here.
Yes. Yeah, we can.
I was going to say, it's your line. I can't answer that. Sure. Where do you want to go?
Go to the PI office.
Aha. No problem. This looks like a small, grotty office that looks like the kind of place that if you wanted to hire somebody to spy on your spouse to see if they are cheating on you, that you would go here. In fact, this looks like the kind of place that before entering it, you should take a look around to make sure nobody you know is watching you enter it.
I look around.
You see another guy coming up wearing like a trench coat, and he sees you there, and he acts like he's doing something else. And he's off like, "Oh, I'm not going in because they're there." Entering this place is a lot like entering a porn store, that sells stuff where apparently they can only have a certain number of customers, one or two at a time. And anything beyond that, you just have to go around the block and wait a few times.
Huh. Okay.
I go in.
This looks like such a sleazy place that you're not sure if they know what money is, but yeah, no problem. You go in. The PI looks like a fat, greasy guy who will probably cheat you out of money. He smiles an oily smile at you. He says, "Hi, Underhill, PI. Please have a seat." He looks a little confused that he goes, "New boyfriend? And you want to find out if your husband's cheating on you. I understand. We have rates here." He begins going through the rates.
Nope.
So new girlfriend, you want to find out if she's cheating on you.
Nope.
What is it you need?
Well, my name's Glenn. I'm new in town and looking for work. I'm an investigator.
So when you say you're new in town, I'm guessing that's another way of saying I'm actually some sort of monster and don't have any work papers or spirit pentagram.
No.
And so I'd be willing to work for less under the table. Is that closer?
Nope.
So you have work papers
Um,
and a spirit pentagram.
I'm not a monster.
Sure you're not, he says. Hey, don't mind. We get all kinds in here.
Wait, what are work papers?
That would be your identification papers and papers
I
lying
start
your
coughing.
work. The usual things. I mean, I'm not dragging Don or anything like that, but
Not from around here. We don't have these fancy paper things.
Of course you're not. And then he winks at you. It appears not to believe you.
We're from Boston.
Wasn't Boston destroyed during the rending?
No papers.
I see. The papers of Boston were what was destroyed during the rending. I get you.
New
no
Boston.
Problem. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. So, well, why don't we start with an easy one? See how you work and stuff. I got one on here. Yeah, I normally like to stick to what I'm best at, which is cheating, lying spouses. Other things come in. I'm not really too interested in them, but they do pay and whatnot. I'll be keeping a good chunk of the pay and then giving you guys just enough to keep you coming back for, scraps. Okay?
Well, if you like the lying, cheating spouses, maybe you could let me take a look at the other cases.
That's exactly what I'm doing. But
Okay.
the office, he motions toward this grotty office that looks like it was last cleaned sometime before the apocalypse happened to the world. And not since. He says, the office needs money to run. I have to pay rent. I have to pay for staff, overhead, and things. So that sucks up a lot of your money that you'll be getting on anything that goes through this office. But don't worry, you'll be able to trade on my good name. You can almost hear the grease in his hair as he rubs his hair. He's got like the balding spot with a comb over and shit. You're thinking, oh my Christ. He says, okay, essentially this is pretty easy money. We'll give you some silvers for this. All you got to do is go keep an eye on the ship. I figure there's two of you. You could take turns, whatever. I just need to get alerted just before they put to sea. That's it. Yeah.
Keep an eye on the ship.
Yeah, that's right. Hmm.
And get it loaded.
No, you're not loading it. Okay, look. The client wants to know before the ship goes to sea. Your job is to keep an eye on it, and when it gets ready to go to sea, you tell me, I'll tell them, then they'll pay me, I'll pay you something, and then you're happy. See?
Okay.
That's great. Could be a while. Now, yeah, fortunately, you're going to be over near the docks and stuff. There's lots of places you can sleep and stuff like that there. If you don't have any weapons, I recommend getting some to fight off the rats, and the other people will be looking for a warm place out of the rain to sleep.
Um,
I'll tell you what, you don't have any knives? I'll go ahead and give you a couple. He gives you a couple rusty fucking shivs that look homemade. There you go. You
oh
can
my.
fight off the other bums with those.
Are there weapons permits other than the pentagrams?
Heavens, no. This used to be America, and we love our weapons. No, the spirit pentagrams are. Oh, wow, you guys really don't know anything. Spirit pentagrams are for people who use magic. Magitech is magic. Pistols are magic. He says pistols are magitech because all the gunpowder and chemicals and shit stopped working after the aliens. So, once that happens.
So, if I use
just use the
a
shit.
magitech pistol without a pentagram, then I'll get arrested or executed.
No, they won't arrest you. They'll kill you. They'll assume you're some sort of inhuman monster because, you have no spirit pentagram. Yeah.
Right.
This should not come as a surprise. I mean, even if you're from the fucking radioactive ruins of Boston, he says, I'm sure they have rules like that there. Are you guys mutants?
Oh.
I mean, you've mutated in such a way you look like normal people. That's a hell of a mutation. He adjusts his cufflinks that he doesn't have really a suit so much as clothing made to look like a suit with cufflinks sewn to the sleeves. He plays with them. I'm serious, dude. It's cargo cult type shit. Everybody's dressed like a freak, and some people are wearing weird stuff. Like you've seen a screen door veil. Some lady was wearing a veil made of a screen, like window screen.
Beekeeper.
Yeah. So there you go. A lot of weird fashions and shit. It's like I have clear plastic. I'll wear that as a bra. Okay. Yeah, just weird because you combine like the 1980s cyberpunk fashions with we went through an apocalypse combined with aliens and then magic resurgence, and that makes some weird fashions. You guys are definitely on the boring side of clothing, but still can fit in with your just like right now you're looking like you're extremely wealthy because you're wearing nice clothes that you came through the Helton in. So this guy assumes that you're wealthy monsters looking to make a foothold in the city. And he doesn't seem to give a shit.
Okay.
He says, you guys aren't from Dragon Dawn or anything, right? You're not just having a go at me, are you?
Who?
Right. He winks at you some more repeatedly.
Dragon Ron?
No, Dragon Dawn. Dragon Ron got driven off years ago.
He's Dragon Dawn.
Yeah, well,
No, I don't.
It's generally unhealthy to talk about him, unless he wants you to. I don't know if he wants me to or not, so I'm going to just wait. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you ever need papers, it might be nice to see Kim out, wherever he is. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Probably need papers.
Well, yeah, it still won't help you with the whole magic thing, you know, but you can use your monster magic and stuff like that. You know,
Don't have monster magic.
he winks at you some more. He says, you know, he says, yeah, if you ever want to meet this illustrious, upstanding, and totally legitimate individual over at the Laughing Fish statue, his place is over there. Yeah, Big Fish Lane, you know.
Okay.
Because he is a big fish around here, too. Not saying he's a fish, I wouldn't say that, but, you know, he's a Big Fish Lane, which could have been named after him, although he's dragon. Yeah, I've said too much. So are you interested in going and watching the ship? Maybe knife a few bums, rats, whatever?
Seems like a simple surveillance.
Simple surveillance. What could be more simple than watching a ship, and when it looks like they're getting ready to go away, come let me know, and I'll go let the client know.
And how do we know when they're about to go away?
Oh my fucking god.
Away.
Okay, there's something called an anchor. It's this big metal thing that's used to keep the boat there. If you see it come up, or if they start untying ropes and shit from the dock that is like literally tying the ship to the dock, these are what we call in the detective business clues.
Got it.
Yeah. You know, I thought you said you were a detective.
Yeah.
Go and detect.
Okay. Bye.
He just looks at you.
What's the name of the ship? Where is it?
He gives you very specific information. He says, I see who the brains of the outfit is. All right. He gives you extremely specific information on the ship.
What's the name?
It is the Margot.
Margot. Okay, I leave.
Okay, no problem. Right, you guys are watching the ship. You have no idea how much, if any, money you're going to get from this as you're sitting there watching it. The problem is that you're going to be watching it for more than a couple hours, possibly a few days, and you will probably die of thirst between now and then. So what will you do to remedy this little problem? I mean, we can start doing the luck roll, see if it rains, and then you can like lean your head back and open your mouth and try to get enough to keep going for a little longer.
Got my sewer bag.
Oh, you have water in your sewer bag?
Yeah.
You have food too?
Yep.
Cool. Right. I'm sure you guys. Give me intimidation rolls. This is to keep the hobos and shit away.
Back off.
Ooh.
So close.
I say, go away.
No problem. Glenn almost made it. These are not extremely fucking hardcore sewer or hardcore hobos, so they do hang out close by. The problem is now that one of you always has to guard your shit, and they're not really scared of Dana, and so yeah, she's usually like watching the boat now, and relying on Glenn to guard the shit. And you've discovered that showing them your rusty shiv seems to help a little. They show you theirs, you show them yours. It's great. You guys wait. You're in a constant state of Cold War at this time because they know you have food and water and they want it. There's some pretty desperate people at the docks. There's also a crazy guy who believes that he's a boat and he keeps trying to dock himself to different things. You think you're not sure if he's really crazy or he's just got a weird kleptomania where he's trying to dock himself to things and then he puts his hand on it and he's like, I'm docked. And then he takes whatever's in his hand and leaves. So,
pull out the enormous bolt cutters and just kind of keep them in my hand.
This makes them cautious. They're not sure exactly what they are, but they look big. They're like, yeah. They while you are surveilling the ship, they are surveilling you. So you guys both give me surveillance rolls on the boat.
Okay. And I have binoculars.
Holy fuck, your life is so much easier. You guys both take a plus 10% on your surveillance because what you're looking for is much easier to see with the binoculars.
I made it.
Hooray! Scott, what did you say?
I made it.
You guys discover something interesting while you are doing a couple of days of surveillance. The crew seems to be undercover sailors who work for the government in some capacity, like the government here.
Secret government.
No, like the government of this city.
But they're pretending to not be.
Right. Yeah, you're not really sure why that is, but it does look like, yeah. Eventually, it looks like they're getting ready to go.
We go tell
4 days later.
The guy.
He's delighted, and he says, wait outside of the BI office. Stay in the street. I'll be back.
Okay.
He locks up the place, and he hurries off.
But Glenn, we're not going to wait right outside the door. We're going to be across the street where we can see who goes in.
What was his name?
You've already forgotten. You work for people that you don't know who they are. You want to try and memory name to remember his name?
We wait across the street.
Out of sight.
Fumble memory.
No problem. His name is Alice Moore. He also goes by Jenny. So, you guys lurk across the street looking extremely suspicious. And
put the bolt cutters away.
You carried him from the dock to the office.
They probably followed us.
You guys are essentially hanging out at Spatula City, which is next door to Make It So, a tailor shop, and not far from the Battle of San Angeles Park. Actually, you could probably hang out at Battle of San Angeles Park near St. John's Teaching Hospital and try to keep an eye on the PI office if you wanted.
Yeah, let's go there.
They're bringing somebody in a stretcher into St. John's Teaching Hospital, and the O in John's falls off and crushes the person in the stretcher. And then the guards come, and they take him over toward the shit area.
Oh.
You're not sure what happens with the people whose bodies are really beat up, whether they're made to work some more somehow, or Soylent Green. Eventually, you see the PI guy coming back. He has a big bag and his hand is on a pistol that's in his belt. He comes back, does the suspicious look around, leers at some people, and then unlocks his office and goes in.
I looked to see if anybody was following him.
Yes.
Both of you guys take a card for a really suspicious mind. Nobody seems to have been following them, and if they have, they've gone and killed themselves by now.
I have a play immediately.
Hooray.
I have a negate if we need it.
Well, 5
Oh, wait,
hero
Never mind.
is the 5 hero
Ah.
added to an NPC of GM's choice.
They're up to 10 now. They are fucking smoking.
Damn.
We'll
I'm
just have to
waiting.
continue to not do anything of importance.
I'm waiting for a rally or something, because then when you guys refilling your hands, I'll get to refill mine as well, because, you know, it's all people in card play. Sexy. So, yeah. So, yeah, nobody else seems to be taking any interest, although somebody does throw like a tomato or rock or some shit at the PI building and it splatters on it. Just as and then they yelled some obscenities and continued on their business.
Okay, let's go over there.
Yep.
You guys go back in. You can definitely smell alcohol when you walk in. Like, I had a job and I got money. Then I bought alcohol. Everything's fine now. He smiles. He's like, well done. The client is very happy with this.
Great.
Mm-hmm. I will give you each 50 silvers. He counts them out, hands them to you, and goes, there you go. That's good pay for you. Yeah, it's better than blowing up a McDonald's for a couple $100, you think?
Thanks.
Yes. There you go. Stop back in a couple days. Maybe I'll have something else for you.
Sure.
That should be enough to, you know, get you a hot meal.
Good day.
Good day.
How much was your percentage, by the way?
I don't like to talk about money.
No, we were already talking about money.
And we were finished. Good day.
You said good day, Glenn.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye.
Don't worry, he says on your way out. After you save up a full 3 gold, you can get the fuck elf sword.
Okay.
You guys head out.
I'll be back.
Right. I didn't think that was my phone. I was concerned.
Okay.
You can't wait to find out what kind of next stuff happens.
Let's go to Big Fish Lane.
Okay. No problem. There is a bunch of hard guys hanging out there, you know, like, I don't mean that they have enormous erections or anything. I mean, you know, they look like violent people and stuff. Although either way is a little scary now that I think about it. They're just keeping an eye on things. When you start approaching, then they start, like, one of them stands up and goes, are you sure you're in the right place? Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody told me I could get some papers around here.
Oh, customer, he says. Certainly, sir. He says, yeah, guys, I'll be back. And he is escorting you both in. Essentially, you're going through a lot of kind of fairly dark hallways. Past, there's other people doing other probably illegal activities and stuff in there, or just hanging out with like lots of weapons and shit like that. Essentially, you're being led into a place that you don't know if your shiv or even your bolt cutters will help you get out again.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're going to a fucking scary ass place right now full of criminal scum and whatnot. Deeper and deeper into the building. There's a lot of different turns. There's some places where there wasn't a door and somebody hacked through the fucking wall and, made one. Give me a direction sense roll as you go round and turns, and you're starting to lose track of which way is out. It's
Is that a
almost
right
like
in?
direction sense. I don't know. I think it's on the sheet.
Land navigation?
Nope, direction sense.
Direction sense. Never heard of it.
Yeah. Well, it's a learn then. You can check and learn if you can succeed in it.
Nope.
You are totally confused. If you had to run out of this building right now, the best thing you could do would be to turn green, get big, and start going through walls in a straight line. Otherwise, you may be trapped in here forever. Eventually, you're taken to a large, dangerous-looking man who's got a big table, lots of different money on it. Looks like gold coins, silver coins. Side note on the coins. All the coins in this realm have reading on the outside edges.
Reading?
Like a dime, American dime. The little ridges. That's to keep from something called clipping. It appears that the silver coins look like they can be broken into 8 pieces. They're made to be broken into 8 pieces. And both the silver and you see the gold coins have holes in the center. The gold coins are not made to be broken up. The silver coins are quite a bit bigger than the gold coins. And just as a FYI, both are about 25 grams of weight. So, this large, imposing guy looks at you. Give me a 6 sense danger sense roll. He has lackeys. There's probably about a dozen other people in this room. Most of them have some sort of weapon. All of them look extremely sociopathic.
Well,
you feel reassured to be here. And, this guy looks like a fine, upstanding fellow. Maybe he'll join your party. Shows him look at the camera and the lens shatters from his fucking glare. He says, "How may I help you? My name is Dragon Dunn. Please have a seat." You notice that his eyes are like cats.
Oh.
And red. And his skin appears a bit more rough and leathery than you would expect.
Huh.
You're wondering if Dragon Dawn is a nickname or a description. You don't know. The little wisp of smoke escaping out of the side of his mouth is probably just your imagination playing tricks on you. Or maybe he was using some magitech, sucking it down the fumes when you came in.
Huh.
You feel disturbed. Your rectum is beginning to close, possibly forever.
I sit down.
He raises his eyebrows and looks at you, and he says, "Why have you come to visit me?"
Hi. I heard that maybe here around I could find some papers, and one of your men led me in here when I asked about it.
We can do papers. The papers for each of you are 200 silvers each.
Okay. I'll have to save up some money for that.
But that may not be necessary. I may be able to help you get money. He smiles. It's a fucking predatory, tight smile. You can see that you are no longer on the apex of the food chain. It's like having a shark smile at you. Would you be interested in, shall we say, creative work?
Yeah, if it's the right kind of job.
Sticking out of your bag? He says, indicating the giant fucking bolt cutters.
Those are Bolt cutters.
He extends a hand. May I take a closer look?
I
Everybody in the room tenses and leans forward slightly.
slowly take off the backpack and let him draw them out.
He takes them out, looks at them, and says, "You will need these if you wish to take the job. I think it is fate that has brought you to me.
Hmm.
Have you ever killed anybody before?"
Hmm.
He raises an eyebrow as you think. You are trying to figure out if you can trust me to answer this, aren't you? Let us say you may. Let us say that I can tell if somebody is lying to me. Let us say that that is unhealthy. So, have you ever killed somebody before?
I don't recall.
He looks totally confused. He says, for most humans, it is a dramatic thing.
Well, some areas of my past are fuzzy.
I like a man who is discreet. So, I can help you to get your IDs. In fact, if you are to do this job completely flawlessly, I will supply the IDs for you. If you are to half-ass it, then we will half-ass the money and you will still owe me and have to do more work. Would that be acceptable to you?
Sounds like a burglary?
No.
No.
I need you to murder a bunch of people.
Oh.
And with your bolt cutters, bring me their left thumbs. They are currently angering me by setting up their own fake ID business. This has displeased me. Several people are shaking in the background like, shouldn't fucking displease him. He says, I know their location. I have found this out. People tell me things. So you and her will go over there, kill all of them, bring me back their thumbs. There are 6 people's thumbs I need. There may be more people there. I don't care if you kill them or not, but the printers all should die, and I should get their thumbs. I will be able to tell if it is their thumbs or if you have procured a thumb somewhere else. And bring me back the plates. If you do this, then you will get the IDs for free. And if you wish, I will give you a place to sleep and food to eat. You could work for me for a little bit until you get on your feet. Although it seems very odd that you are dressed so nicely when you come to me looking for this work with no money. Did you spend all of your money on clothes? Are you making unwise investments? I like that in a man. I help you with gambling as well.
Just caught in a bit of a bind.
I understand.
I don't know about this job. I've never killed anyone in cold blood.
It won't be cold blood. You can do it in hot blood if you want. You can do.
It's not really how that works.
I think it may be. I think if Dragon Dawn says that's how it works, like he says, it's how it fucking works. Dragon Dawn's like, calm down. He is our guest. I think that murder will do your soul good. You will find out what kind of man you are. Besides, they are irritating me, and I have something you want, you can do something I want, and I will even help you living in this city. I assume that you have no spirit pentagrams to go with your no papers. Therefore, I assume you are some sort of monster. You will get over your killing of the humans eventually.
Not a monster.
Of course not. Not
Everybody
you.
says that. Yeah.
Don't worry. I won't out you. Obviously. He breathes a little bit of smoke out of his nose and smiles at you. He says, so, do we have a deal? I will provide identifications if you do this all correctly, bringing me back the thumbs and the plates. There are 6 plates. And you can have a place to sleep and food to eat while you get set up. I will also have more things for you to do. I have many things that need doing.
It's very generous, but
Quick side note
this isn't what I was looking for.
Quick side note for Dana. He's taking you in deep inside of some sort of maze of warehouse thing, and he's talking to some dude called Dragon Don who about fake IDs. And when he discovered he didn't have enough money for fake IDs, Dragon Don wanted to go kill a bunch of people and shit. And now he's getting all wimpy about not wanting to kill people and shit. So this is appearing to displease Dragon Don, who's not only generously offered a free 200 silver piece ID for each of you for doing what could end up being a half hour's worth of work, but also food and shelter, a place to stay and food to eat. But apparently his morality is getting in the way. Not wanting to murder a bunch of people and cut off their left thumbs and bring them to Dragon Don, perhaps so that Dragon Don can have a brand new necklace. Just like a Vietnamese warlord.
Dana's trying to think of, like, is there a tactical advantage for him killing these people, or are they just the ones with prettiest thumbs? Like, is that how warped we are?
Well, apparently these guys are have started up we're going to make our own fake ID business in direct competition with his make fake ID business. This seems to displease Dragon Don.
If it was just stealing the plates.
He frowns at you. A couple of his guys get up. Oh, by the way, side note for Dana, in addition to the guy with the cat slit pupils in his eyes that are red and the kind of scaly-ish skin and stuff, in addition to this really fucking imposing figure, there's probably about a dozen other psychopaths in the room with various weapons and such who seem really interested in yelling at your partner whenever he says something against anything Dragon Don has thought or said or look like he might say in the future. Why did he bring you to a scary place as soon as you left the keyboard? It's a baffling deal. It's like, I'm going to take her into hell. We're gonna go down there and slap around Persephone in front of Hades and go, who's the daddy now? And then when she gets back to the keyboard, we'll brief her on the situation. It'll be fun. I was like, okay.
That sounds a very generous offer.
I thought so as well, he says. You should take it.
Really
I believe
not.
that we will have a nice business relationship if you can pull it off.
Unfortunately, I think that my colleague might have overextended our schedule with this task.
It will be less than an hour's worth of work. I can tell you exactly where they are.
Very sorry. It's just not what we were looking for.
What were you looking for? Are you burglars? If you were just to add more depth to your burglary, it would give you a wider portfolio. He smiled at you. Depth, burglary, and maybe some racketeering would make you a triple threat.
Prefer to keep a low profile. I've done some burglaring in my day.
Oh, you're worried about your profile being too high. Not a problem. We have masks.
Yeah.
If that is all that you are worried about and you are not just squeamish, we will lend you some nice masks. If you do this job, I will even throw them into your payment. I am interested in. Well, please feel free to come back to me when you have enough money saved up to get IDs. Of course, I don't need to tell you that if you talk about anything that we talked about here, I will have you charbroiled.
Of course.
Slowly. And
good day.
He motions to the guy who led you in, who looks at you like, are you fucking insane? And then he begins leading you back out of this fucking maze filled with just all these guys doing various illegal deeds or sharpening weapons and glaring at you, you know, or like test firing Magitech pistols and stuff. Have you guys ever fired the Magitech pistols before?
At the
No.
academy.
Only the practice ones.
Yeah, they're super loud even when they're not being fired. They make the like most annoying noise in the world type of sound. And then when they fire, it's like somebody yelling zap, 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 which is a lot quieter than ballistic pistols. Because if you were to yell zap, zap, zap within the apartment building across the street, nobody's going to freak out by that. Whereas if you were to fire a pistol in there, people will be like, holy shit, there's gunfire. But it's still really loud. They are testing out some pistols and stuff in here in some of the rooms. But you guys leave off. It appears that if there is somebody who is in charge of crime here, this guy might be it. And you have irritated him. The guy leads you out. He tells the other guys what happened, and they all look at you like, you sad, twisted little fucks. You're going to die soon. But they don't make any move on you. They let you go because you should never kill customers or potential customers. So
good policy.
Yeah, you're really liking that policy right now. So, where to?
Quite far away from here before we talk, Glenn.
Yep.
Right. It shows you guys move 10 feet over to the statue. No. Okay, you guys head out. Pick a place you'd like to go to on the map, and you will go there.
Okay.
Any place on the map.
Go to Pub Street.
Great. You guys are over there. You overhear some conversation. There's two guys talking about some criminal named Jan Alden, who is such a horrible person, it seemed like he was trying to collect all 5 forehead brands.
What?
He was such a horrible person, he was trying to collect all 5 forehead brands.
Have I seen people with brands on their foreheads?
Nope. You're not sure what they're talking about. They're just talking about. They're not like whispering to each other like blah blah blah. They're just like, that fucking Jan. I heard he's trying to add a rape onto their forehead brand for him. Has he got all 5 yet? You know, that kind of thing.
Huh.
Now with 40% more rape. Yes, I like having fucking encounters that either make you ask questions about the world or teach you something new about the world. In addition to just being strange. That's the goal. I have coal miners outside. Please forgive me.
I was going to say something important, and then it just flew right out of my brain. It's gone now, forever.
Was it about coal mining?
No.
Yeah.
So it couldn't have been that important.
So you guys are hanging out at Pub Street. You've got 50 silver. You want to go find out how much alcohol you can buy with it?
No.
Oh.
Glenn, I thought of it. It came back to me. Like coal
What?
dust. How... so we're nerd papers or spirit pentagrams in this?
Actually,
Yeah.
both. Both.
Yeah, we
Both,
should get
okay.
both. Which the one dude said he could do the pentagrams too, but
What? Nobody said anything about the pentagrams, just the papers.
he mentioned pentagrams. He didn't mention
Mentioning
a price.
pentagrams isn't saying I can get pentagrams for you. Totally different. It's like mentioning that pentagrams exist is different than saying I can sell you a pentagram.
Okay.